What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And in this video, we're going to hear from the Senate. We're going to talk about stimulus checks and also about executive orders that are coming. I'm going to explain those to you. Also, I have two more stimulus programs that are approved right now, one of them for $3,000. So make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to give you all the details of it in this video. But first, if you're new, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new stimulus videos. And don't forget to give this video a like. It really helps out our channel. Two things I want to mention. Number one, I've seen a lot of requests from you guys basically saying which stimulus packages in different states and different cities have I covered in the past. A lot of people missed them. They're saying, what about Ohio? And I'm like, I already covered Ohio like 2 or 3 different times. What about Pennsylvania? What about all these different states? So I'm compiling a list right now of all the different states and cities that I've covered in the past that are passing stimulus right now. Some of them are doing just what they call flat out stimulus checks. Some of these states and cities and counties are doing mortgage and rental assistance, which is pretty much the same thing. They give you a check to use for your rent. Some of them have done gift cards for money. Some of them have done unemployment stimulus checks. We've had complete states pass them, counties, major cities, all sorts of stimulus is being passed right now on the state and local city level. So I will be bringing you guys a video here in the next day or two with all of the ones that we've passed in the that we've discussed in the past, and also I will be bringing you new ones every single day. Two of them today, one of which is for $3,000 stimulus that is already approved. Number two, my course on how to sell products on Amazon. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon. Lots of them have done it with just one product. Of course, you do need money to start a business selling products on Amazon, but if you are interested in that, I have a coupon link for you down below that is good until the end of this weekend for the Black Friday sale. So if you're interested in the program, link is down below in the description. You can watch that after, and there's a video down there that explains how it works, but you need to use that special Black Friday coupon. It's good till the end of the weekend. If you are thinking about joining the course, now is the time to do it. Next up, let's hear from Senator John Barrasso. He's a Republican from the Senate from Pennsylvania regarding what the Senate Republicans are thinking about doing with the next stimulus package. And then after that, we're going to discuss executive orders for stimulus checks.
So let's talk about the stimulus plan. Some pressure to try and get things done. There are a lot of Americans who are really suffering, and it feels like Congress has not done much of anything. I realize both sides have kind of dug in their heels and said, this is where we stand. What are the odds of us getting any sort of help to those people in the next month?
Well, I'd like to see it done specifically with paycheck protection, especially as we're seeing this increased number of cases and some businesses having to shut down as a result. You know, the Republicans brought a targeted bill to do that to the floor of the Senate. 52 Republicans voted for it. Every Democrat voted no. It was $500 billion. It's a lot of money. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer still living there on Fantasy Island have their $3 trillion proposal. A lot of it doesn't have to do with coronavirus. I was actually optimistic when Joe Biden on Monday said maybe we could do something that's smaller, more targeted. But Pelosi and Schumer, they said nope, all or nothing, which I think is a terrible mistake because when you take a look at the $30,000 Dow right now, where we are with the economy, I think we still need targeted relief, but we can't go to a $3 trillion add to the debt, not at this point.
Yeah, Senator, I'd agree with you that any side that says it's my way or the highway is in the wrong. I don't think that it's going to be a $3 trillion bill, but I also think when President-elect Biden says he thinks it should be a smaller, more targeted bill, I don't think he's talking about the $500 billion bill that the Senate voted on down party lines.
And, you know, that statement there by Republican Senator John Barrasso is part of the problem, is that they're really not realizing how bad people are because the stock market's at 30,000. Heaven forbid, the stock market's at an all-time high, so people must not be hungry. And it's just like, what are these people doing? Like, even if you look at this screen here, we're going to cover Kentucky, because Kentucky is where Mitch McConnell is the Senate Majority Leader and leader of the Republicans in the in the Senate from Kentucky. As you can see here, 1 in 7 Kentuckians, 662,000 people in Kentucky alone are food insecure. Kentucky has the 8th highest rate of food insecurity in the nation. That means there's 7 states with more than 662,000 people that are hungry. And only half of the Kentuckians that are food insecure, only about half of them are eligible for SNAP benefits. As we scroll here to the next one, child hunger. 1 in 5 children live in food insecure household. This is Mitch McConnell's own state. And we hear Mitch McConnell and these Republicans say all the time that they want a small bill. They want a very targeted bill. They want PPP money. And it's just like, but what about people? What about people that are starving, that couldn't afford Thanksgiving? What about people that, are unemployed? We had a recent statistic that up to 40% of Americans that are in the workforce have lost their job at one point or another during this pandemic. I'll scroll over to seniors here in Kentucky. This is Mitch McConnell's own home state. And again, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'll bash on either side when they're holding up stimulus for Americans. As you know, I bash on Nancy Pelosi all the time for not taking that deal before the election. She should have taken that $1.9 trillion deal. But Mitch McConnell and these senators that want to pass no stimulus bill or very small stimulus bills, I have no idea what they're thinking. Now, with that being said, there is a lot of renewed talk about presidential executive orders, multiple different executive orders to help the people out. And the Democrats are saying that if stimulus isn't passed now, or if a small stimulus bill is passed now that may have, say, stimulus checks, but not an unemployment extension or vice versa, or might not have everything that we need, that the Democrats are starting to talk about presidential executive orders that they are going to pass as soon as Biden gets in office. But honestly, President Trump could do any one of these, because if any president could do these. Let me show you. As you can see here, when Biden takes office on January 20th, of course, assuming that he will. I know there's a lot of Trump fans out there that think that he's not going to, and everybody's right, to their own opinion. He could sign executive orders if there's no bills before then. This is what he could do. Number 1 is grant a unemployment extension benefits for out-of-work Americans. Now, I don't think there's any debate on this at all, because President Donald Trump did it. The Democrats say he couldn't do it, and they were thinking about challenging it in court, and they didn't. So President Donald Trump has already done this. So Joe Biden could do this, or Trump could do it again if they wanted to. We know that there's $800 billion at least left over from the first stimulus package. So we know for sure they could do this again with unemployment benefits, and a lot of this could be, or probably would be, retroactive. So for example, if you had unemployment in the past, but it's ran out now, or you got a job now, when they pass, or if they pass this presidential executive order for unemployment, I'm going to get to more executive orders here in a second. This could go retroactive basically and give you some money, say $400 a week, $500 a week for unemployment back from when you were unemployed. Remember, 40% of the workforce, which is crazy, has been unemployed at one point or another during this pandemic since March. So 40% of people who are working could potentially qualify for this. That's another presidential executive order for unemployment bonus money. Number 2 is renew the eviction moratorium on unpaid rent. That national eviction moratorium ends on December 31st. Some states, cities, and local counties have extended it into 2021 for different states and cities. Again, we're starting to see a lot of states and cities step up to the plate and pass stimulus checks, unemployment checks, gift cards, eviction moratorium extensions for those cities or states, because they, quite frankly, don't think the federal government is doing as much as they should. So a federal eviction moratorium could be extended into 2021. Now, the previous moratorium, there's a lot of tricky things about it. So if you think you're going to be evicted within the next 30 days or you know anybody, you really need to Google it, research it, take your time, go through it. And honestly, your state and cities, they all have slightly different laws. Some of the times you need to make a partial payment to the landlord. Sometimes you have to give them a written affidavit, which is actually most of the time. So there's all these little stipulations that you have to read through. So I really suggest if you're in that position to do it, or if you think you might be in that position, just research that for an hour and know your rights with eviction moratoriums, because again, they may be extending this well into 2021 until this pandemic is over, which might be a while. Next up is defer student loan payments without interest. There is a lot of student loans that do not need payments right now until December 31st. The student loans are on pause and there is no interest. So they could extend that with a presidential executive order. Also, in Joe Biden's emergency action plan to save the economy, basically his economic plan, he proposes canceling a minimum of $10,000 in student loan debt. Now, we've also seen other people from the Democrats proposing that Joe Biden or Trump could do this. These are executive orders. Either side could do this, up to $50,000 of student loan debt. So, honestly, I think $10,000 of student loan forgiveness is a very real possibility in 2021. President Trump could do this also, especially as we're hearing more and more and more rumors about him potentially running again for president in 2024 if everything doesn't go his way with the current election, which it's not looking good with a lot of the lawsuits that are he's not winning. So a lot of Trump advisors are saying that he wants to go out on the best foot forward. So these presidential executive orders could be done by Trump or Biden. Next up is stimulus checks. Remember, there's $800 billion at least of federal stimulus money that has already been approved from previous stimulus packages that hasn't been spent. So, could they pass a stimulus check with this money that has already been approved and is sitting in various different accounts? They have money sitting in the Treasury, they have money sitting in the general fund, they have money sitting in the PPP fund, they have money in the American Lending Program, they have money in all these different accounts, billions and billions of dollars. The stimulus checks of $1,200 and $500 could be passed with about $250 to $300 billion. Remember, they have over $800 billion that has already been approved. So there's multiple different things that could be approved with a presidential executive order by either side going forward. And I will be keeping you updated on all this information. Now, let's jump over to state and local stimulus. We have two new programs for you guys today from states, cities, and counties that are passing stimulus. A lot of these programs are using money from the previous stimulus packages. A lot of these states got over $1 billion, and they're using it now to help out their residents while we're waiting on Congress to decide on the larger stimulus package. It's not even larger because a lot of these states and cities and counties are actually spending more money, more than $1,200 or more than $200 or $2,400 checks. So in fact, here's a $3,000 one here in a second. Okay, first up, Madison Heights, Hazel Park, and Oakland, Michigan. This is near Detroit, is offering utility bill assistance at a pretty good amount here. So program benefits include home water, minor plumbing, and up to $1,500 in value for residents with water and utility assistance. In addition to that, clients can receive help with monthly bills up to $1,000 per household. So this program near Detroit and Oakland, Michigan, is up to $2,500 between these two programs. Next up, the County of San Diego, California, which is Nancy Pelosi's district, is offering rental assistance up to 10,000 households. As you can see here, San Diego County residents who are impacted by the pandemic could qualify for assistance up to $3,000 to pay for past due or upcoming rent. This program will start on December 1st, 2020. To apply, go to sdhcd.org. The Michigan program is OL olhsa.org. So olhsa.org. And San Diego, $3,000 for rental assistance is sdhcd.org. As you can see here, when you go to their website, boom, the very first thing is Emergency Rental Assistance Program. Up to $3,000. That's a lot of money. That's more than the stimulus check. So again, in every video coming out going forward, I will try to bring you guys new programs, states, cities, and counties that are passing stimulus like this $3,000 for San Diego and the Michigan one. And I'm going to bring you a video also that is going to recap all of these. I got to kind of get my information together with it's millions and millions and millions of people between all these programs. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on this information. Click the bell icon and all notifications if you want to get notifications when we go live, which is typically at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this bottom video is about the Biden administration raising taxes. This video teaches you about how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. If you're interested in that, click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.